Hello, welcome back to my channel. We continue to review the textbook, Construction Materials, Methods, and Techniques Building for a Sustainable Future. This video is about chapter 14, and that is masonry construction. So what we will learn in this chapter is we will learn various brick positions and bond patterns that are used in the masonry wall construction. Then also will specify how openings are spanned in masonry walls, as well as the function of expansion and control joints. Also, we'll take a look at the types of brick and concrete masonry wall assemblies and the properties associated with them. And another part of this chapter is the advantages and disadvantages of mortar joints. And also we'll take a look at the process used to lay brick, concrete masonry, and structural clay tile units. Also, we'll take a look at the styles of stone masonry construction, and we'll recognize proper construction of structural clay tile walls. So again, please refer to the previous chapters, and those are chapters 10, which is masonry walls. Then chapter 11 is clay, brick, and tile. Chapter 12 is concrete masonry, and chapter 13 is stone. So please make sure that you cross-reference those chapters. So when we talk about the masonry walls, we also talk about the masonry unit positions and the bond patterns. So there could be a few positions how the brick is laid. So it can be a header, it can be a soldier, it can be a sailor, rowlock, shiner, and so on. So please refer to the images because that is easier to see and understand how that is laid. So, and also there are a few different patterns that are usually specified in the elevations. So it can be run-in bond, it can be Roman, it can be common bond, it can be stacked bond, English bond, or Flemish bond. So please definitely learn those. It's quite interesting, and this is the only way to learn that just by looking at that because it is really hard to explain that. Let's talk a little bit about the mortar joints. So mortar joints are layers of mortar between the bricks, between the masonry units, and there are different finishes, and that is done by troweling or tooling. Again, please take a look at different joints because they are used in different weather types and different brick applications. So when we also lay CMU or concrete masonry units and bricks, there are different types of joint mortar that is applied in different uh, actually amounts of joint and on different sides. So please take a look at the textbook. There are different charts so you can learn more. Let's talk a little bit about the openings in masonry walls. So basically there could be lintels that are over the openings, and they are typically spanned with steel or cast in place concrete lintels. Again, refer to the sections, to the images here in the textbook, and there are a lot of photographs actually showing you how that is put together. So all the walls and the CMU walls and the brick walls. So definitely it's worth seeing. Let's talk a little bit about the control and expansion joints. So expansion joints are intentionally created, and they're used to accommodate the expansion of masonry materials. And control joints are also intentionally created cracks that open to accommodate shrinkage of masonry by providing tension relief between parts of a masonry wall that may change from their original dimension. And again, review the images, please. Let's talk a little bit about the types of masonry walls. So it can be a reinforced masonry wall, and it can be a composite wall. So definitely review all these types here. And again, what we're doing here is just like providing a high level overview of the chapter. Also, if there is a masonry cavity wall, make sure that you review that as well. So that is constructed of an interior and exterior wall that are connected by metal ties and separated with an airspace of at least 2 inches, and typical no more than 4.5 inches in width. So please review those. Please see where the rebars are placed and how that is put together. So also, there can be a brick or concrete masonry cavity wall, and it can be brick veneer and reinforced concrete wall, and also brick veneer and steel stud wall. So there are different types and different connections. Also, there could be insulated masonry cavity walls, and they are used in different applications and different climates. So when we talk about masonry veneer, usually it's just the single width of masonry that is anchored to a load-bearing backup construction wall with an airspace between them. So that's just the exterior cladding. When we talk about the brick masonry columns and masonry construction details, there are actually beautiful plan views here. You can take a look at that. And there are also common roof details for masonry bearing wall construction, how that is connected and how that is put together. Also, there are different ways the stone can be laid in mortar, and it can be rubble or ashlar masonry. We spoke a little bit about that in the previous chapter, I think chapter 10. So rubble refers to stone found naturally in irregular shapes and sizes. And ashlar masonry uses units cut into squared shapes. So again, please review that. There are beautiful elevations showing you the coursed ashlar, then random coursed ashlar, random broken coursed ashlar, coursed rubble, random rubble, and uncoursed ledge rock. So please make sure that you review those and you know the difference. So also when we put together the structural clay tile, there are a few things we need to remember, and one of them is how to lay the structural clay tile walls. Again, please review the images here. Also, when we estimate masonry materials, it's important to know the sizes of the brick and the sizes of the mortar in between of the brick or concrete masonry units. So please make sure that you memorize those. And there is an actual size and there is the nominal size. So please just definitely review that before you estimate the amount of material for your project. So that was it for our chapter 14. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in chapter 15.